Welcome to another episode of the Mixtape Matinee podcast. I'm your host, Cole, and this week, unfortunately, Court is not going to be on. He had to take care of some personal business with his family, so I'm just kind of writing solo, but today I actually am joined by two amazing guests. We have both Javi and Sam on from Happy Deathman.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for being on,
Happy to be here.
guys.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
You want to tell the audience a little bit about your guys' selves?
Yeah. I'm 13. Pretty new to the music scene, doing my best.
Just went to my first concert the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who'd you see?
cool.
Who was your first show?
First show? Actually, that's a really good question. My parents have been taking me to punk shows since I was like a baby.
Oh, really?
Which is really funny. Yeah, I think one of the first shows I ever saw was probably like GBH, which is hilarious.
No way. Crazy.
Yeah.
Is that in Oregon or where you saw
Yeah,
them?
I think it might have been in Salem too, which is crazy because not many people come through Salem anymore.
Yeah. Dang.
It's so funny.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, if you guys aren't aware on the internet, these two are in the band Happy Deathman. You guys are based out of Salem, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Salem, Oregon.
Okay. Cool, yeah, and you guys have a new album coming out at the end of April on the 30th, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. April 30th.
As your video, reminded us all.
Yes.
So,
Thank you, Cash.
You have to make it clear, you don't make it clear, nobody will remember.
yeah. So I was actually able to hear the album, which I have to say, it's amazing. You guys did a great job. I can't wait for everybody to hear it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it sounds so good. Where did you guys record the album?
This album was recorded right where we're sitting
In
now.
this room.
Oh, okay.
Do a pan, Javi, do a pan.
Yeah, I'll do a quick little flip around
Yeah,
of the,
so this
the
is the
studio.
stew.
Oh,
The
cool.
HDM studio.
We got the computer right there.
Oh,
I'm
sick.
recording That.
Mhm.
And then
Little
we got
4-track.
Sam's drums and like
Okay.
miscellaneous
Yeah.
amps
Bunch of
laying around.
garbage
So whose
all
place
over.
is this?
This is my parents' basement.
Oh,
It
sick.
is.
That's how you do it,
And how long was the recording process for this album?
Is,
Way too long.
Too long. I would say maybe like a year almost.
A year total, yeah.
And
Year
I'm
total
I'm
from
assuming
start
you
to
guys
finish.
just worked on songs just like a little bit at a time.
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much. I don't think we ever recorded more than one song
A day.
a day, yeah. Just
Yeah.
because recording HDM takes like so much out of us.
Because we try to make it as live and energetic as possible, and so it's usually like me and Javi in the room together, just pummeling in through it, and then Cash will come and record afterwards,
Okay.
and then so like since he lives in Portland, he has to drive down, he's got to get his pipes ready.
He makes
And
the long
it takes
haul.
a lot out of him too, because
Yeah.
he has to really like scream it,
Yeah,
and
he
make it
also
sound-
can only do like one song in a
yeah,
Just
otherwise-
recording day.
yeah.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
So you guys basically write the songs and then do you just send them to Cash and then he writes the lyrics for it, or?
Sometimes we collaborate, sometimes we don't, but
I'd
usually
say mostly him.
yeah, the
mostly just Cash.
songs sort of usually stem from like a jam, so it's like we'll come together, Javi will have like a bass line, or I'll have an idea for some kind of drum thing, and then we'll just make that, and then Cash will start sort of thinking, he'll start sort of riffing on some lyrics, and then it goes from there basically.
Okay.
Yeah, we try not to have HDM songs written by like solely one person,
Yeah.
I guess, because then it feels kind of like strange. It's always like we try to make it pretty
Collaborative.
equal parts. Oh yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
Awesome. So I have like a bunch of just random questions I'm just gonna go through because just
Go
like
for
just
it.
these were just questions I was thinking I was listening to the album. But so as far as I know your live setup, Javi, you have two different amps.
Oh yeah.
Is it the same setup as you have live that you recorded?
No, the recorded like tone is always like completely different than live tone, which is so funny because like when I was like first getting into guitar, I would like read articles about people and they'd be like, "Oh, I did this weird thing in the studio." And it's like, "Fuck, man, I can't like," because I'd be trying to like play along to it in my room and it's just like, it never sounds quite right. So if like 16-year-old me would have heard that, it would have been like, "Oh, fuck this guy." But no, it's always something super crazy. Like,
Yeah, we kind of purposely tried to make every single song use like a different bass setup or a different amp, different cab.
every
like
song is actually super different.
fuzz pedal, different stereo.
So
thing.
you're doing it directly to microphone. You're not doing like a DI or anything like that, right?
There was a
Honestly,
coup-
both.
Yeah, both.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I'd
it's a
say, like-
combination of the both. Okay, of the two.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
mostly like a live tracked with an amp. I would
Uh-huh.
say most of the time, and then I'll come in and do like DI overdubs.
Okay.
Shitload of overdubs.
Oh yeah,
Lots of overdubs.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. And then as far as like your main bass, what is it totally different depending on the song? What bass you use?
no, I for this for the HDM album, I used like I'd say like 80% of it was or maybe like 75% of it. I'm trying to do the math. Okay, we'll say 50% of it.
Okay, 50%. Okay.
Carry the one, add two. It was all just a Squire Bronco
Okay.
that we've like. I have like a fuck ton of them, and
That's
they're
the
all,
classic HDM live bass.
It is,
The
yeah.
Bronco.
So is that the
a
rainbow
bunch of-
bass?
Yeah, the rainbow
Okay,
bass, and then I
cool.
had the star bass, and then I had a half bass, which was like one I had smashed, and then Sam had helped me glue back together.
3 Broncos in the arsenal.
Nice. I love it. I know. So just from seeing you guys perform live, my next question was, what, as far as the Rainbow Machine pedal, that is a crazy pedal. What do you use that for? Is it just specific songs or?
That one, it's nice that I have it set in like a really specific way, I guess. Because everyone I've seen usually runs it with like all the knobs all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the classic Rainbow Machine sound.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like a crazy. I've tried playing with it, and you can do so much stuff with it. But it's also
Oh
like
yeah.
I never fully figured it out. It's so crazy.
Oh yeah. I'm still figuring it out to this day. Like Sam showed me that you can like hold the buttons and then release instead of like clicking them on and off. And I've had this pedal for like a year, and I was like, I had no idea you could do that.
Which
like,
is crucial because as the way Javi uses it in a song, like it's way easier to like
yeah,
hold the pedal
it's-
down and then
it's so I
release
was
it
like
and then it turns
hindering
off.
myself because
Instead
I
of
didn't know
double
how it
tapping
worked.
it every time, you know.
But that one I have set to like a chorus for our song "Living in a Lie."
Okay, so
And
it's
then,
like a chorus effect. Okay.
Yeah, and then for we have this song called "Cockroach Millionaire," and that song has this crazy like we like hit like a really low note, and then there's this rising like feedback sound.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that same chorus setting, but there's this button called the magic button.
Yeah, the
And,
magic button's the crazy one too that it does.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I use the magic button for that song.
Oh, that's crazy. No, that's cool. That's fun that you can use like the craziest pedals, but just I guess in a live setting you got to make sure that it's going to do what it's going to do every time. So you got to have to
Oh, no,
kind of key it in,
totally,
especially
yeah.
for something like that. For your bass 6, what songs are you using that guitar for?
Oh, that one's tricky. It's I use that one for our song "Cops in the Attic," and then our other song "Disco Night" and "Say Goodbye."
Okay, so sounds like a lot more of the songs on them. Cool. Which
Oh, yeah.
which one of the songs from the album have you guys been performing the longest?
Oh man, I'd say probably our song "Crybaby,"
Yeah.
which is like I think
Crybaby.
we're most excited about releasing that one because people have been asking for like a recorded version for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
And it's cool because it'll be the first song on the album, which is dope.
Oh yeah,
Because I'm pretty sure we started playing that song like before, maybe like right during when we released our first EP.
I think
not
so.
long after that.
Yeah, we had finished recording the first EP like 2 years ago, and we were like already playing that song, which is
Yeah.
so funny. It's been around.
That's sweet. Sam, on this album you're playing toms. I heard. Are you playing toms on most of the songs or?
Tom's only on. Let me think. I'm pretty sure I only had a tom set up for Trash Addict. Dancing with the lights off when I do that one fill where it's like back a boom, that one, and then Cockroach Millionaire, I think. But yeah, apart from that, there was no toms. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I think those were the only 3 songs where I had. It was just a floor tom, no rack tom.
Right, because usually
And then-
you don't play any. You're just playing the cymbal, snare, and then bass drum.
Yeah,
And then
live.
hi-hat.
That's
Right.
yeah. The drum kit just progressively got smaller as HDM
Yeah.
went on. Like our first show, it was a full drum kit. Then the next show, I lost the rack tom, and then I think on our third well, not our third, maybe a year into HDM, then I lost the floor tom just because it was a pain to fit it in the car, with all of our other huge amps.
So
and
it was
shit,
more of like just like an organic thing that it just got smaller and
basically.
smaller.
Yeah,
It's so our whole setup fits into my Subaru Forester.
yeah.
It's hilarious.
No,
And then like that's the tour setup, our simplified setup that'll fit into a Forester. And then if we're playing a local show, we need to have our friend Kevin Yogurt's big truck to fit everything in there.
Okay.
But yeah,
No, that's sick. I really seeing you guys live is so fun, and I love the stripped down version of the kit is so cool.
oh yeah.
When you were writing those songs specifically for drums, so you had it in mind, obviously, to have those little fills in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like I think the one song that was the most like written out song before we ever like jammed it was probably Dancing with the Lights Off. Like me and Javi sort of came up with that whole entire structure, and then I had some lyrics, and then Cash took those lyrics, changed them a little bit, and then it all really came together. But I think that's Cash's favorite song as well. But it's really short, sweet, to the point. Kind of got everything in there. Oh, and the Mel 9. It's got the Mel 9, which solo in there, which the Mel 9 has come in very handy.
That's one of my favorite pedals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that the pedal that you can do like a Mellotron sound? And
Yeah,
it has like a bunch of different kind of symphonic types sounds on it.
Totally. I'm like a huge like 60s nerd.
Yeah.
And so I think it's so funny incorporating that pedal into like a punk band,
Yeah, last time I talked to you, you were telling me that you've been listening to a lot of the Beatles, so that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah,
because they have a ton of that in their music.
They're like my favorite.
Yeah, the Beatles.
So funny.
The Beatles rock. My favorite, actually, it's funny that you guys have mentioned them. My 3 favorite songs on the album are "Dancing with the Lights Off," "Cockroach Millionaire," and I didn't realize this, but "Rotten to the Core" is a cover, which is awesome.
Oh yeah.
So those are my three.
Three
those
good
are my
choices.
3 favorite songs.
Yeah, those are
Hell
good
yeah.
ones.
And
I'm glad.
I'm so excited for everybody to hear those songs. I did want to ask about, so "Rotten to the Core," how did that come about that you guys wanted to put that cover on the album?
I think
that was another song that we had been playing live for a long time. Like, because Cash and I are like huge Rudimentary P9 fans.
Yeah, I had not heard of that song or anything until Cash and Javi brought it up. Like, yo, and actually, we started covering that live. I think before the EP even came out.
Before the EP came out, we had been playing that song, and so I think when we were recording the album, we're like, oh, it's like let's have a little throwback, man.
Yeah, we had two covers that we'd always do, which was "Rotten to the Core," and then we would also do "Bring" by the Spits. Always.
Okay.
There was a debate. We thought about maybe there was some talk of covering "Bring" by the Spits on the album, but we didn't end up doing that. So.
No, yeah. So I'd never heard of that band before, but I checked it out, and I mean, I guess I'm more partial to your guys' version, but I mean, but
I got to admit,
I don't have experience with the song, so but
I got to admit, our version of the song is probably my favorite to actually listen to.
That's so funny.
It's like because I never knew the original, and I just think it suits just drum and bass. It's kind of just works out.
It does,
good.
yeah. It's nice covering songs like that have like, I don't know, the bass lines in Rudimentary P9 are always so good. And it's like the guitars are just following the bass or vice versa. There's not many like crazy guitar parts. So it's like, honestly, I think we could probably cover.
And also Javi's number one
them.
dude, Ty Siegel, covered that song.
Oh, that's how I found him, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's dope. Yeah, I'm going to have to check the rest of their kind of discography out. Yeah, I love that. Listening to the album, I have to say, I mean, that song, "Rotten to the Core," as far as the mix, I was like, it was like my favorite song to listen to on the album.
Oh, rad.
Like
Thank
mix
you.
wise, I was just like, this song is so, how you guys mixed it was so perfect. Everything just fit so perfectly together. Anyway, I love how that song turned out.
I should mention, that one there's 3 songs in the album that we recorded on a 4-track tape machine.
Yeah.
The rest are digital. That was one of the 4-track tape songs.
Okay.
So, I think the reason why it sounded so smooth and perfect is because we just nailed the bass tracks, which was just like 3 drum mics and then a DI bass track on like a P bass.
Actually, yeah, that was one of the few tracks we did DI for as like the first like bass layer track.
Okay.
And
That's cool.
And it's so funny. It was really hard to like, because we did all of it on 4-track, and then we did overdubs and vocals like digitally.
Yeah.
But the initial bass tone was so like blown out. It was like really hard to like try and follow it when I was recording back to it.
Yeah.
I just think, everything on that song just sounds so good. What were the other songs that you recorded to tape?
Dancing with the Lights Off and Disco Night.
Disco Night.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. Yeah, 2 of those are my favorite tracks. That's so cool.
Perfect.
As far as the lyrical content of Rotten to the Core, I was reading it. It's kind of funny. They're just basically calling out Johnny Rotten and Joe Strummer for making for making all this money in punk and then not actually doing anything with it.
Yeah.
So
good.
Are those lyrics that you guys kind of gravitate towards as well? Kind of saying "F you to the elite."
I mean, I like Johnny Lydon. I don't really like Joe Strummer that much.
Yeah.
So I can relate to the Joe Strummer part, but I don't know. I think it's just a cool sounding song.
I don't know if you like John Lydon. You like PIL.
I like John Lydon.
Yeah.
He's a chill guy. Maybe his
political views are a bit skewed.
His late career stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe he's went a little bit off the rails, but I think pre 1999.
He's a wild man.
But yeah, I think it just sounded cool. That song ultimately, I think, is just the bass line suited us, and we were like, okay, this is a cool song to play.
No, I definitely agree. And then the one thing I did want to ask, for the cover, Rotten to the Core, how did you guys record Cash's vocals? Because I love whatever you guys did with that song. I love how his voice sounds on it as well.
I think
that one might be like
I used
like
some
ADT. It's like stereo.
Yeah,
tracked.
I sprinkled some magic little plugins on there. I think it was a delay, like a vintage delay plugin that was split stereo.
Okay.
So it was like his voice was sort of his normal voice was to the left, and then like a slightly delayed voice was to the right. So it kind of sounded like it was doubled, but not really.
But any distortion on his vocals? Or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could tell you the secret to the HDM vocal sound. I don't really want to.
Well, we can do it. We can do
public.
it. We can do it after this. But yeah,
Actually, you know what? I will tell. Let's let the public know.
Okay.
Okay. This is the secret for every single Cash vocal track that's ever been recorded ever. It's the Rat, like a Proco Rat distortion pedal.
Yeah.
It's a plug-in version of that pedal.
Oh, cool.
And then directly after it is a 4-track tape emulator to take some of the high end off to tame it down.
Oh, okay.
And then you hardly need to EQ it at all. You don't need to add any compression. It's just ready to go. It's like Cash's voice. It suits that perfectly. Yeah.
I'm gonna use that on my next thing that I do with my vocals because I love how that sounds.
Oh yeah,
hell
you
yeah.
should. It's a great trick.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I forgot to ask you guys for the lyrics. Some of the songs, it's hard to hear what Cash is saying, but as far as like the lyrical content of the whole album, is there kind of a theme that runs through it, or not necessarily? Is it more just for the purposes of each song?
I don't know. I think we'd have to just ask Cash about that because I wouldn't say he's like esoteric about his lyrics, but he's definitely like, he just kind of lets it fly, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think
Probably for the purpose of each song, you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not necessarily a concept album. It's just like each song is its own little...
I think when we're jamming, Cash will just come up with like an idea and then kind of riff from that.
Sometimes like the title of the song will come up. He'll come up with the title, and then that'll dictate, whatever the lyrics
Yeah,
are.
exactly.
Like your song "Smell," that was inspired by real events. Is that right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely.
No, that is true because Cash will like, as funny as it is, Cash will go out into the crowd and like smell people's armpits and then like throw up and be like, "You fucking smell," like during that song.
Yeah.
So it's like he's all in.
Yeah, I love that. That's so funny. The photograph for the album, where is that taken at? That building that's behind you guys.
That's the Salem capital of Oregon. It's
Yeah.
the Capitol building here in Salem.
Oh, that's a crazy. I've never seen pictures of it before, so I guess I just didn't recognize it. That's cool.
Just some Salem pride, since
Okay.
nobody's from Salem.
And
So it's like we got to throw that in there.
are you guys wearing all monochrome, or is that like digitally redone, like the clothes you're wearing?
That's real.
No, yeah. Sam and I were like spray painting or we went to Goodwill and bought like what we thought our like default outfits were, and then we just like spray painted them gold.
Yeah.
That's
But it was
so
really
awesome.
funny.
That's so
We
cool.
thank you so much. No, we didn't know that like metallic spray paint is like the worst for you out of all of them.
Yeah, there's the
Yeah.
most toxins in it.
Yeah, and so we were like spray painting these clothes. We were still outside, but it was like raining, so we were like under like a cover, and then like
We're
It,
just
like-
breathing that shit.
it kind of like fucked Sam and I up. Like we
Oh
got
my
like
God.
super lightheaded,
Yeah.
and then I remember we watched Rosemary's Baby afterwards, and I don't remember like anything about that movie afterwards. Like it
Yeah.
was not good. It was a
so
sacrifice.
wild. That's crazy.
Temporary brain damage. You
Yeah.
know.
That's
Okay.
crazy. So here on the podcast, we talk about, well, obviously we talk about music, but we also talk about films. Were there any films that inspired your album?
Oh man.
Well, one, I know it for sure. Aliens in the Attic, the classic
that is true. Holy shit.
2006, whatever year that was, family-friendly comedy movie. That was sort of the title inspiration for Cops in the Attic.
Okay.
You're just like, okay, let's
That's,
think.
that's like a straight to Redbox.
What if
sort
there
of
was?
movie?
What if there was instead of you've ever seen Aliens in the Attic?
I haven't seen it, no.
The basic concept, it's like just a really shitty sort of teen comedy from 2006, but like these little aliens like invade Earth, and then they're in this attic, and then the kids have to like stop the aliens, but then some of them are good aliens, some of them are bad aliens. But we just took that concept and we're just imagining like, okay, there's like little cops in our attic that we have to deal with, which when we first were rehearsing that song, like the neighbor, we were like really loud and it was too late at night, and then our neighbor was like gonna call the cops on us, and then all just kind of coalesced into that.
Yeah, we wrote Cops in the Attic in an attic.
Yeah.
And I think we had like a window open or something, which is
Uh-huh.
really stupid. And it was just we were just blasting it to like the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we're like we caught wind that the cops were being threatened.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because we're like, what if they just like busted in to the attic right now? Like just fucking took us down right in the middle of this jam.
But yeah, that song that had to be written. That has to be played on the bass six because it has this crazy high part that Javi plays.
Oh yeah.
Where those notes only exist on the higher strings.
I wrote that song using a slide too, which is pretty funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
wild. That's crazy. And then it kind of just changed? Or do you play slide on it? I don't...
No, I just like slide the frets with like my fingers.
Okay.
I think I would probably lose a slide immediately.
The first jam was
Having
also used to be way slower when we first kind of wrote it.
Oh,
and then
really?
It just became faster and faster as time goes on. If you play it too fast, though, it's impossible to play.
it's so tricky. I need max concentration. Oh yeah, but Aliens in the Attic.
Okay,
I'd
cool.
say
I'll check
big
that movie
inspo.
out.
You should. It's best under like maybe. I think we watched it on 420 like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
So take that how you will.
Whose idea was that to watch it on 420?
I think it might have been Cash's. Honestly,
That's so funny.
it's a good idea.
That's so funny. Javi, who are some of your, I guess, main musician inspos?
Oh man, I have so many. The Beatles as of late, which is
Yeah.
hilarious. Ty Segall, and then John Dwyer of the OCs, and then Ronald Jones, he was this crazy like guitarist from the Flaming Lips that like Sam got me into.
Oh, cool.
That's my number one. That's my number one right there.
That's Sam's goat.
R. Jones.
That's
Flaming
yours,
Lips.
huh, Sam? How about do you have any inspirational drummers, Sam, that you look to?
Yes. Stephen Drozd of the Flaming Lips. Basically, what got me into music was like the early period Flaming Lips, like 1990 through 1996.
Okay.
All those albums are really great, just like psychedelic rock, alternative rock, I guess you could call it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that would be my number one. Honestly, and then Ringo, of course. I mean, Ringo's just the best.
Yeah.
You can't really top Ringo ultimately. But yeah, those were like the inspos,
Okay.
To begin. And then there's lots of other drummers that I really like, but nothing that really inspired me at the beginning. Those were the two,
So that's good to know because I've tried so many times to get into Flaming Lips, so I need to start in that area of the Flaming Lips.
Oh
then.
no, yeah.
I think Yeah,
I think
would.
you'd love it.
I would start with "Hit to Death in the Future Head," 1992.
Okay.
Because the opening track on that is a banger. It'll kind of get you hooked in there. It's got some weird doo-wop
Yeah.
shit. It's crazy.
Okay.
Crazy song.
Yeah, I've tried. I can't remember which ones I've tried listening to, but I have tried, and I haven't got the bug yet. Maybe I'm not mature
Yeah.
enough, which that could definitely be the case. So
Maybe.
No, anything past like 1999, Flaming Lips, I don't really fuck with that much.
Yeah, me
But
neither.
everything before is like
It's
gold.
it's a completely different band. You know, they were
Right.
just way noisier and more just out there back in the 90s, early 90s. So
cool. Yeah, I'll check that album out. As far as did everybody kind of help with the production and mixing of the album?
yeah, definitely. I think we all, once we had it recorded on my computer, we'd kind of sit around and just like, okay, what does this need? Where should this overdub sit in the mix? And like
1 million different mixes on Google Drive.
Yeah.
All of us in like different places trying to listen for like weird frequencies.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you got to
and
do
then
for sure.
And since we couldn't always be together, we'd just like I'd upload it to Google Drive, Cash would listen to it, and then he'd say, I remember there was this one on Smell. There was like the weird little synthesizer thing during the kind of psychedelic part, and he was like, sounds like shit or something. I forget what he said, but it was like
the synthesizer was originally like way
it
too
was
loud.
way too loud.
Okay.
And Cash was like, "You need that frequency, that high frequency needs to like fuck off.
Yeah.
Like it's too much."
So then I fixed it, So
Yeah.
it was like a back and forth collaborative process,
That's sick. Yeah, like again, I say like the album sounds so good. You guys did a great job with the mix, and I really enjoy it. I can't wait for people to hear it.
Hell yeah! Thank you so much.
So yeah, any final thoughts that you wanted to share on the new album?
April 30th.
April 30th.
April 30th.
Enjoy.
We will we'll definitely share it when you guys release it. Okay, so
Oh right,
Yeah.
thank
people
you.
will know about it for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then last question. I did want to ask Sam, what
Yes.
advice would you give to somebody that is getting into playing drums?
Just do it. Just got to
do
do
it.
it
Okay.
until it starts to feel right, Like when you're starting out, it just feels weird,
Mm-hmm.
Like you just think, oh, this isn't right on my body. This doesn't make any sense. I think Javi could attest because Javi's been learning drums now too.
Yeah, I can kind of
And
fart around a little bit.
At first, you're just like, what the fuck is going on? And then you just have to keep doing it, and then eventually it becomes natural. And then you also start to realize like how high your snare should be to suit your body type, how tall you are, and you just
Yeah.
start to get more ergonomic, and then it just starts to feel natural. And then also just listen to great drummers, and then that's all you have
Sweet.
to do.
Yeah, I'm starting, so I just wanted to ask. That's a personal question.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I got some drums and I just got a new cymbal, a new hi-hat, so I'm starting. So
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
that's some good
Congrats.
advice. Yeah, let's get into, it's great that we talked about the album, but we did have some movies that we ended up watching this week. So for this episode of the podcast, you guys chose the movie Wild at Heart from 1990, directed by David Lynch.
I didn't have much parental guidance.
Baby, you better run me back to the hotel. You got me hotter than Georgia asphalt.
This whole world wild at heart and weird on top.
Can you give us a backstory on why you guys decided to choose this movie, and then what your kind of history and experiences with it?
Well, I got heavy into all of David Lynch's stuff, kind of in the last 2 years. I mean, I've always been a fan of like Eraserhead and stuff, but I hadn't really explored his whole filmography until maybe like a year or two ago. And Wild at Heart, I think, is probably my personal favorite of his. And then, like, me and Javi have been watching, we all watched Twin Peaks together, like the whole series, and now we're rewatching it again twice. So we were just kind of in a David Lynch mode
Yeah.
as of late,
And this movie
And
was
then-
made like right after, they were making like
During.
the pilot, I think, right?
Mhm,
Yeah, it's so funny. There's like all of like the Twin Peaks characters playing like different characters in Wild at Heart.
So much cast crossover, which is always great with David Lynch's stuff. I love seeing the classic guys, all together. But then so I showed Javi Wild at Heart, and then rewatched it again, and then it was just recent on the mind, been thinking about it a lot. So I was like, yeah, let's pick that one.
Yeah, so this movie's crazy. I have seen this movie before. It was a rewatch for me, but it is a crazy film. It is based off the book by Barry Gifford, which I found out when I was looking up some facts on the movie. The original ending is totally different than how Lynch made the ending, which I thought was cool. And I don't want to spoil anything, but I do like what Lynch did with the ending of the movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think so too. I think it's better than it would have been. Without changing that.
The only David Lynch movie with a good ending.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah,
almost,
that's so true. So one of the funny things that I thought was hilarious about the film was Nick Cage's character is like so funny and over the top, and I love his snake skin jacket.
Oh yeah, it's a symbol of his
a symbol of my
individuality
and sense of personal freedom.
Like how he says that line is so funny; it gets me every time.
It's so good.
I just love the influence of Elvis on his character as well. I know that Lynch really wanted to make the two characters based off of Elvis Presley and Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is really cool.
I could totally see that.
It's a cool thing with Lynch's films too. He loves like Americana, and just like the white picket fence kind of, just and like
1950s.
Yeah, just all that. And so it's so cool how he kind of infuses that into every film, and it makes it for such a enjoyable watch to kind of see that. Yeah, it's weird because it's like my thoughts on it are like he's kind of having this idyllic Americana vibe, but most of the time with his movies they're like it's like so dark. So it's like there's these two totally different things, but they work together somehow.
And I always feel like Nick Cage's character is just it's hilarious,
gold,
and the whole thing. But yeah, I think this is probably David Lynch's most. There's still those hints of darkness, but ultimately, and I feel like ultimately in all of David Lynch's movies, they're always coming from like a sense of positivity. Ultimately, it's like uplifting. Now, there's some maybe like Lost Highway is probably the least uplifting one, but they all sort of have this. They're not like sarcastic,
Yeah,
like it's not like making fun of, his love of Elvis or whatever. It's just like,
Yeah, he just kind of lays it all flat on the table.
It's like just kind of, I don't know, it's pleasant. It's like it's not like sneering or like,
Yeah, I like that his influences are very just like front and center, I don't feel like other directors are like, they would never admit that,
Yeah.
Like he's being like just completely honest, like what he loves, and he's like unashamed of it, which
Oh yeah,
I
super
love.
genuine.
Yeah, I can just imagine him. So the funny thing, you guys were mentioning, he kind of throws in some of the actors from Twin Peaks, there's a car crash scene that has I forgot the name of what's the character in Twin Peaks? What's her
Audrey.
name? Audrey.
Yeah.
So she's in it.
Sherilyn Fenn.
And then Laura Palmer is like the good witch, which is at the very end of the film, which is so funny. And like when we were watching it, I was just imagining like Lynch is like, I want you to be in my movie, but I want you to dress up as Glenda the Good Witch, and I want you to play it straight.
Play it straight. That's basically
exactly it.
That's exactly how it went. If I had to guess, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so funny, like hearing interviews of actors, like people just loved working with Lynch I think because of that, because he's just so honest and just upfront about what he loves and what he wants specifically.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I love all the clips of him. Like, I mean, it's pretty rare moments of what it seems like, but clips of him like in like the middle of shooting stuff. There's this one clip of someone being like, oh, maybe we should like cut this scene a little bit. And he's like, cut the scene. Are you fucking crazy? Like,
You're fucking.
Or the Plaster of Paris. Have you guys seen that video? Plaster of Paris bullshit. I don't know. It's like this weird clip and it's totally out of context. so you have no idea what they're talking about. But
There's another one I quote all the time where it's like him and he's like asking a question and someone gives him like a bad answer and he's like, fucking morons everywhere.
Yeah.
And then he just starts laughing. It's so good.
No, but that's the thing. Like, there's so many ideas in this movie. Like, it's not just like a straightforward. I mean, it is a straightforward story, but there's like so much other stuff. And there's like, I have the Blu-ray of it, and there's like an hour and a half of deleted scenes.
Yeah,
Whoa,
we were
crazy.
watching some of that like right before.
Yeah, right
we,
before
like,
this, we were
really?
looking at some of it.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, I like that. So one of my favorite scenes in the film is when they go to that hardcore show and it's like this metal
it's
band.
so good.
And throughout
the
the
speed
film,
metal.
you can hear there's actually a song that's from which I thought was so funny. He probably went up to that band and was like, "I want you to be in my movie, but I want you to stop and play Elvis Presley."
Yeah, there's okay.
Yeah, that scene's fantastic.
It's
Yeah.
cool. Like the guy that is like dancing up on Lula that he's like telling off seems like it's so funny because he's so normal. He's just like, don't fuck with me, man. Like he's just so like burnt immediately.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I love that scene. It makes me laugh every time. Also, I love that it doesn't cut. Like they do the entire
Oh, yeah.
they do the entire song. Like do the
Yeah.
entire Elvis Presley
It's
song.
I wish the Nick Cage version of Love Me was like on Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
And my girlfriend and I always talk about that version and we're like, dude, that's like the superior version.
Yeah, he does such a good job.
But I love also in that scene how he has like this sort of edited, weirdly like slowed down, like girls screaming, like the crowd screaming.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah, that
you
was
know.
I forgot
It's
about
very
that.
surreal. Yeah. And
Well,
good.
yeah, he always like, it's a dream. You got to make it like a dream.
Yeah.
That's so funny. My favorite, so one of the craziest, creepiest characters in this film is Willem Dafoe's character.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Bobby Peru, like the
Bobby
country.
Peru.
Yeah.
And the fake teeth that they have, that they put in, it just makes like, it's this fully formed character that's like only in the film, not very long, but he makes like such an impact. He's
Oh, yeah.
such
Oh,
a
definitely.
creepy character.
He kind of makes the movie, towards the end. He like becomes this crazy force.
His character doesn't like tiptoe around anything, it's just like straight in,
Yeah.
immediately
Yeah.
fucked up and insane.
Well, and the most disturbing scene in the film is when he's with Laura Dern's character and, he's coming onto her and it seems like he's going to do something and then he just totally F's with her and then just like leaves. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty,
so
pretty
it's like-
Psychological
the,
torture.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the fact that he didn't even do anything is like more messed up. Anyway, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild scene.
Yeah, so everybody watch out for Willem Dafoe's character. It's crazy.
It's so funny. When we were like, I was trying to get my girlfriend to watch that movie for a while. And I was like, oh yeah, Willem Dafoe's in it. And she's like, oh my God, I love Willem Dafoe. Like, that's perfect. I was like, I don't know if you're
You're not
going to
gonna love
like
Willem
this
Dafoe
character very
this
much.
time.
Yeah, definitely not gonna like the character.
Yeah.
I guess my final thoughts on the film are, I was reading things about David Lynch talking about this film, and he wanted to show, obviously he wanted to show a couple in love, but he wanted to show all the different aspects of life that there is. So he wanted to show the good and the bad, and he wanted to have a film that, quote, was about finding love in hell, which I thought,
Oh, yeah.
like that's so perfect.
That is perfect.
And, I just thought of this too. One of like the worst characters in this film that actually kind of causes a bunch of trouble is Lola's mom. Like she's the reason
Oh,
why
yeah.
all this
Oh,
crap
yeah.
happens.
No, I really love.
And she's so psychotic too.
Well, she's supposed to be sort of like the bad witch, the Wicked Witch of the West, basically.
Right,
And
yeah.
and also we can't go without mentioning the whole entire Wizard of Oz allegory that this movie
Yeah.
basically has going through it the whole time.
Dude, you get hit
And
over
I
the head
I-
with it.
Yeah, I almost thought you guys were gonna pick Wizard of Oz as the movie to watch in accompaniment to this because Javi's never seen Wizard of Oz, which is kind
It's
of
true. It's a terrible confession of mine.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, it's been around. It's pretty easy to watch. Unlike this film, which I have
Yeah.
to let everybody know, this one is hard to get. Luckily, I was able to. You guys have your own copy, but if you do go, I'll link this in the episode. If you go to the the archive, the National Archives, you can actually download the movie.
Oh,
So
perfect.
that's
Oh,
how.
nice.
So we watched it for free. So
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
even though you can't even rent it on Amazon, which is crazy. So
But yeah, I mean, Wild at Heart, my personal favorite thing, and Lynch has this in almost all of his movies. I've come to sort of realize he always has, when he's got this like the dark underbelly. I love his like criminal characters that he always has in like these weird criminal underworld.
Yeah, I
type
love
dudes,
all of the characters that
like
have
so
no
like
meaning.
Marcelo Santos, his character, he's like the the evil guy who's sort of dating Lula's mom, and along with Johnny Farragut, played by Harry Dean Stanton, the good detective guy, and then there's Reggie and Drop Shadow, and
which is Jerry Horn from Twin Peaks
Jerry
as
Horn
well.
from Twin Peaks.
Oh
and
yeah,
then,
that's right. I forgot about that.
And then Grace Zabrisky's character, which is Sarah Palmer in Twin Peaks, plays that insane like Cajun lady with the weird hair
Yes.
and like the like stilted leg.
Yeah, the
thing.
hobbled
And,
leg. Yeah.
But yeah, like I love all those characters, and there's actually when we're watching deleted scenes, there's like a lot more of them and like build up with them, which I miss in the full version.
Oh, that's another thing with this movie too, is that it's like the kind of criminal underbelly of like those characters is kind of like it seems glossed over, but there's like a good chunk of deleted stuff of them that kind of builds their characters more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, even like Mr. Reindeer, he's a crazy,
Mr. Reindeer, he's
a crazy character too.
But I just love David Lynch's like secret society stuff that he does, in all of his movies.
Yeah.
And like that sort of scene where they kill Johnny Farragut, that was going to be like this 10-minute like insane scene, and they had to cut it because I think the audience started to like walk out of the theater during that scene. And what I believe, supposedly, there's a bit at the end. So after they shoot Johnny Farragut in the head, like Grace Zabriskie and Reggie, they start like having sex like with his like head.
Oh
that has
my
like a
gosh.
big hole in it. It's like it's pretty insane.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I don't know. And the sound mixing in that scene is crazy. There's like all these backward voices and like low sub mixing.
Oh yeah, like there's like this really creepy, like insanely slowed down like drum track.
Yeah, it's I love that shit.
Yeah,
It's good
that's
shit.
wild. Yeah, thanks for picking this movie. Yeah, it's wild. Do you guys have any other final thoughts on it before we move on?
Well, we'll get into it obviously, but it's this next movie that we're about to talk about. I did not realize how many parallels there were with this movie. It's almost like that's
Yeah. Well,
We'll
we
see.
can get into it. So the next film is True Romance from 1993.
Now, all that stands between them and their wildest dreams
Find out who this wing and a prayer artist is and take him off at the neck.
are 60 cops, 40 agents,
He's a wild man, this kid Clarence. I like him.
30 mobsters,
I haven't killed anybody since 1984.
and a few thousand bullets.
We're all gonna die here. These are cops.
So my co-host Court, he's actually the one that picked this movie. It was his turn to pick, and he did want me to tell everybody what he did. Basically, is he was just like researching, different movies that you could basically pair with Wild at Heart, and he found a Reddit post where someone said, "Oh, you should pair it with True Romance." And anyway, so he looked into it and he's like, "Oh, this is crazy," and so that's how he chose it.
I saw that exact Reddit post.
Oh, did
last
you?
Night.
No, Sam was digging. Yeah,
I was digging
parallels.
I was like, okay, there must be some people talking about this. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
What the parallels are.
yeah. So anyway, that's how it all went down. So I've never have you either of you guys seen this movie?
I saw it once before a long time ago.
I'd never seen it before.
Okay, I'd never seen it before either. I've heard a lot about it. I actually forgot that Tarantino wrote this, which was crazy. And once I found that out, I was like, oh, that just totally makes sense. It's totally his writing. It's totally his writing style. His fingerprints are all over it. He actually was going to originally direct it, but he lost interest in it.
Yeah, right.
Which I think he just had other stuff going on. Well, after this, he made Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah, and Natural Born Killers I think came out like a year after this one as
Which
well.
he also made the story of Natural Born Killers, which is another two lovers on the road, like on the run from multiple forces of evil.
Yeah, there's
you
like
know?
this trifecta of like couples running away.
Yeah, road movies.
World of crime.
Yeah, definitely. And again, yeah, like you said, Sam, the parallels are crazy. So this film features a lot of Elvis Presley. Again, like the plot point of what you just said, the two lovers running away from some saucy evil characters. But
I gotta say, like, I don't know when, and I wasn't really able to find out. I was trying to do as much digging as I possibly could, but I feel like Quentin either he might have read Barry Gifford's novel, like previous to David Lynch's movie.
yeah,
But I really sincerely think like he was kind of subtly parodying or paying tribute. I can't really tell which one, to Wild at Heart in some way, with some of the aspects of True Romance.
yeah. My wife did say, she said she did read something about how I think True Romance might have been written before Wild at Heart, but she's not sure. But yeah, it could have easily been influenced by that.
And it might have just been parallel thinking by two genius guys.
Yeah.
But it is really funny to see their different sort of takes on this sort of similar concept of movie.
Yeah, definitely. And then the other kind of similarity between the films is there's a character in True Romance played by Gary Oldman that's very similar to Bobby Peru in a weird way.
In a weird way.
Yeah, he's like this drug lord that thinks he's black, and it's such a like Tarantino character. Like, of course you would write somebody like that, and it's insane. Like watching Gary Oldman say those lines in the film.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It's like a British guy. It's a British actor. It's like it's hilarious.
It's so nuts. It's scenes like that where it's like, oh yeah, this shit's definitely written by Tarantino.
I love the line where he's like, "What is this, white boy day?"
Oh yeah, same white boy day.
We were cracking up when me and Court watched it. It was so funny.
It's so good.
And also, you can tell it's Tarantino because the main character is like a self-insert. Like, he's a comic book nerd. He loves kung fu,
Oh yeah.
Hong Kong action movies.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's a cool guy. He's got great taste.
Yeah, and he opens the movie opens with him saying how he would have sex with Elvis and
Yeah.
And then the lady's like, "No, I don't want to go with you."
Yeah.
And of course, it has the signature Quentin Tarantino writing.
Yeah.
Where a couple white guys have to say the N-word. It kind of goes without saying.
I know,
it's Quentin Tarantino movie.
It's wild. That part's
pretty
wild too.
wild.
This is a star-studded cast too. Like, it has so many people in it. Of course, Samuel L. Jackson's in it, but he's only in one scene, and then he gets
killed immediately.
He gets blown away, which I thought was so hilarious.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's character is hilarious too. He's this.
Oh yeah.
He's just this guy that just sits at home and he's just smoking dope all day.
I think this is like his maybe second or third movie he was in or something like that.
Oh, really? That's crazy. Yeah, his character is so funny, but you don't see him that much. But yeah, hilarious. And then the other funny kind of duo in this film that I loved, like how Tarantino wrote this, was for the characters of Chris Penn and Tom Sizemore. They're like these two cops.
Oh yeah,
and they're just these assholes that are just like making jokes the whole time.
Yeah. No, those scenes are really funny.
Yeah. Oh, and then another thing, I don't know if you guys caught this, but I thought this was so funny. There is one shot where Tom Sizemore is drinking a Coke out of a licorice straw. Did you guys see that?
Oh, I missed that.
No, I
No.
didn't.
And I was like, that's such a Tarantino thing too. Like, I bet he told them to like that's probably in the notes.
You got to have that in the screenplay.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, you got to do that.
I just love all
That's
those
so good.
just those little details just make the script and make the movie.
I love how like in this era of like movies too, Tom Sizemore is always playing like some like twisted person of authority.
Because in Natural Born Killers, have you ever seen Natural Born Killers?
I haven't. I need to. I haven't seen it.
It's a great one as far as On the Road, Two Lovers on the Road.
That one would be a good next watch, honestly. 'cause
Tom
it's-
Sizemore in that, he also plays like an even more evil, like corrupt cop guy. And it's really awesome.
And then there's this Scorsese movie where he plays like a twisted ambulance driver. He plays like the same character in all these movies. It's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, all the movies I've seen of Tom Sizemore, I love him and everything. It's just kind of sad that his career was kind of cut short,
Yeah, he wasn't really in anything like later than like the early 2000s, I guess. I
Yeah,
never really saw him.
So yeah, he had I heard he had some substance addiction and stuff like that, so it prevented him from working a lot. But like everything I've seen him in, I love him.
Yeah, it makes sense. He seems like he kind of looks like an alcoholic drug addict when you look at him.
Yeah, definitely.
But,
The other scene in this movie that like blew me away, and I was like, this is so Tarantino. Was at the motel where James Gandolfini basically like his character comes and attacks
Tony Soprano.
Yeah, he attacks Patricia Arquette's character, and then I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it's like, you know, it's one of those scenes that you're like, dang, like just a violent Tarantino scene. Yeah. Anyway, I loved that scene. Good. It was crazy.
And that scene, it was kind of like, that was like the parallel to the scene with Willem Dafoe and Lula in Wild at Heart, you know, except it goes to the more extreme.
Oh yeah, it goes to like the
level.
absolute like brink, like craziness.
No, I appreciate that scene for going as fucking far out there as it can.
Also, you like in that scene, you like realize like how kind of crazy Patricia Arquette's character is, because for the most part, she's like just this really nice, like just kind of a nice person, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, when push comes to shove, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's so good.
I guess, and then another parallel that I noticed. This is like a little detail. I'm not sure if you guys caught this, but at the end of True Romance, there is a scene where Patricia Arquette is wearing a candy necklace, which is also featured in Wild at Heart.
No way.
I did not see this. See, okay, this motherfucker had to have read the novel at least, because I think the novel came out in maybe 87 or something like that, or maybe 80, 88, 89. I don't know. But he probably read that novel and was like, had some inspiration. I feel like he had to have.
Yeah, I just thought that was like a little detail that I thought was cool. Like, oh, that's totally like the same. Anyway,
that's so good.
And then another thing, I don't know. So like, again, with this movie, Quentin, the way he wrote it, it didn't have the same ending.
That's right. Yep.
Just like Wild at Heart had a bad ending, if you will, as well.
Yeah.
And they almost end in the exact same way, where they have a child, and it's like, it's kind of a spoiler, but it's like.
Exactly. Yeah, I read up on that, and Tarantino was like, he didn't want the ending to end the way it did, and then once he saw the film, he was like, oh, okay. He was like, Tony Scott, you made the right choice.
Which is exactly what Barry Gifford said about David Lynch's version. You know what? I didn't want it, but hey, it was the right choice for this movie.
That's so funny.
And I think the reason behind that is because each of the directors saw how important these two couples were and how important their love was.
It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane, because Tony Scott said the exact same thing. Like, I'm in love with these two characters.
Yeah.
And David Lynch was also like, I love these two characters. You know, they can't separate it. You know, it's
so
like,
funny.
Yeah.
So thank you, Reddit, for like telling us that this is like the perfect complimentary movie. Anyway, last thing I will say about True Romance, and it was like the biggest thing that threw me off. And I don't know if it threw you guys off, but the music.
It had like this like
the xylophones.
It was like a childlike Christmas motif that kept happening through the music. But I came to love it, actually. I kind of it was kind of funny, the contrast.
Yeah, the score is written by Hans Zimmer, and I guess that specific song was actually, it's an older composition, kind of like a classical piece, but then he just had it written for xylophone or marimbas. I can't remember exactly. I think it's marimbas. Like, but yeah, it's still it threw me off so many times because there's all these just these crazy scenes, and it's like this and it's like just some horrible stuff kind of happens, but it's like this really
so intense.
It's this really happy inspirational music, and it just threw me off every time. I'm like, what are we trying to go here? Like the mood is so weird.
It was borderline Lynchian almost, you know. Just the contrast between like such insane violence and depravity, and then this like happy little track that happens.
Yeah, there's all these
after.
Like really intense, like gut wrenching and heart wrenching like dialogue scenes with like this like happy, almost like jungly sort of soundtrack.
And that's another different, like, you know, if Tarantino had directed it, I'm sure it would have been a very different product.
It would have been like exaggeratedly terrible music or something.
Well, no, I think it would have been
spooky.
Quentin, he always picks his own soundtracks and shit, so it would have been like something. He would have made it a lot cooler. Yeah, I'm sure.
Would have been like some soul song or rockabilly song.
Another difference between like this movie which, Tony Scott's a great director, but he has this like very commercial sort of sense. Everything's like really slick and whatnot.
Yeah.
Which was a thing, a big contrast between like Wild at Heart and this movie. Like David Lynch, I think he had it was a bit more tasteful in some aspects of it, less like slick and like Hollywood-defied.
That's another thing I was going to say too, is I feel like David Lynch has this way of putting like emotion into a film like immediately. Cause
like a
romance,
it's like a subconscious thing too.
Yeah, totally. I don't like after. I mean, I guess I've seen Wild at Heart more times than this movie than True Romance, but like, I like the characters of Wild at Heart. I connected with them more than True Romance.
Yeah, I feel like there's more time for them to sort of develop, and it's not like in Wild at Heart they're already lovers, versus in True Romance where they come together at the beginning of the movie. I felt them coming together in True Romance was a bit rushed.
It was.
And like I didn't,
it definitely
I didn't really, and Christian Slater, he's not my favorite guy. Honestly, this movie would have been better.
Me either.
It would have been better if it was Nick Cage again. Like that.
Yeah, that would have been so cool actually to see that.
It should have just been Quentin Tarantino, man.
Yeah.
Self-insert for the whole movie.
Quentin. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of going back to that. Sorry, I'm bringing the music back up, but I remember one specific scene. Yeah. It's the scene with Dennis Hopper when Christian Slater reconnects with his dad, and they're outside by like the train tracks, and they're just having like this really like tough conversation. And then that music, happy music comes on, and it's just like
the one I was
that was the one scene where I thought it was just the weirdest. I was like, this is such a funny choice.
Yeah. That
so
one, it
good.
kind of made me laugh.
Yeah. The other great scene, like as far as dialogue, is the scene with Christopher Walken. It's so funny.
It's pretty great.
Christopher Walken's voice always makes me laugh. He's just got such a distinct way of speaking.
Well, just seeing him as a mafia guy was awesome. And then just Dennis Hopper's whole delivery of that story about his lie about Italians. It's so funny. It's kind of just like that whole monologue is just an FU to his character, to Christopher Walken's character, and
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, it's a great scene. It's not like, it's not that Dennis Hopper's character is like a racist there. It's because Italians, like the Italian mafia, was extremely racist towards black people. At that time, like especially back then.
Yeah.
And so it's like to have him say all that is like so insulting to the mafia. It's like, I don't know. It's just a great scene.
That scene where he lights up that cigarette too, and then there's kind of the like spooky score that sets in.
Oh, yeah,
it's like, he's about to like sacrifice himself.
That's a classical composition. It's like a famous one. Da, 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 da. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, it's a great music choice for that.
Yeah, and it's like almost like, and Dennis Hopper's character is also he's also calling him out, like saying, "Oh, you guys know how to detect a lie," and then he's like at the end of that whole thing, he's like, "Now was that a lie?"
Yeah.
And it's like a double FU to them. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
What are any final thoughts on True Romance, guys?
I don't know. I thought it was solid. I like the I don't know, the way they like portray LA, I think was like really funny and kind of cutesy, because there's like this like orange tint on the lens the whole time, and it's like super exaggerated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was like I don't like LA from the one time I went, but it made me be like, you know what, maybe I could go back, do some of the classic Americana shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of just funny scenes in this movie in general. It's just a lot of more outright comedy than Wild at Heart.
Exactly.
And Wild at Heart is much more subtle.
Yeah.
But this is like, it had more like, just, oh man, that's just great. Funny dialogue, but like you mentioned, Chris Penn and Tom Sizemore characters when they're like when they have the wire on that pathetic actor, the little weasel guy.
That's so good.
And also, I love a movie with like a great little weaselly guy, and I forget his character's name and the actor's name, but perfect weasel sort of dude.
So good.
But yeah, the shootout at the end is great.
Oh yeah, the shootout. Well, the funny thing is it's coming. So like all of these crazy people are coming together, and you're like, oh, this is going down.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so solid. Like 3 different
factions.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I loved this film. I think I like both films for different reasons. I do think, yeah, like you said, True Romance is definitely more slick. It's super entertaining because of the script. Like without the script, it wouldn't be what it is. Because
if Quentin Tarantino hadn't written it, it would have probably been kind of a stinker, you know.
Probably, definitely.
Yeah.
But then
And
I also think
liked,
that. Oh, sorry. I was going to say I also think that Lynch had more to say. I think in Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
There's more of a message to Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, this one, it's just like Quentin's just thinking, okay, how do I make something that's going to be maximum entertainment value?
Exactly.
You know, there's no allegorical real value to True Romance. It's just like,
that's the thing. It's kind of it's a bit unemotional in a way, which is funny because it's about like romance.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really good still.
In some way, it's like more happy. It's happier than Wild at Heart, even though there's all these crazy things that happen to these characters as well, which I thought was interesting.
Oh yeah.
And also going back to let's just talk about Wild at Heart.
Okay, let's go. More. Let's do it.
Because I mean, it's a great allegory. Where the fuck is that coming from?
There's like angelic music.
You hear that angelic music right now?
I don't hear anything.
No. Okay, perfect. Never mind. We're fine. The like the commentary, you know, that, and which Quentin Tarantino never really cared about, like commentary on like violence in America, you know. And it's not that he was necessarily glorifying it, but I think with Wild at Heart,
it's fun, Jan.
It's fun. It is fun. And I think David Lynch also, you know, violence is a very entertaining tool in cinema. You know, it can be very entertaining, but I think like the reality of violence, David Lynch was a little more he cared about more. And knowing that he's like a, you know, transcendental meditation guy.
Yeah.
He's all into like, you know, world peace, and he wants, you know, the world to be as least violent as possible.
Yeah, when there's violence in his movie, I would say it has a lot more meaning.
But like a great scene in Wild at Heart is when like they're driving down the highway and Lula's like trying to find a radio channel, you know, on the radio, and it's all like there was 16 rapes and, you know, like all this crazy shit, and it's like he was gutted from the, you know, it's like, and then he's like, she just freaks out, you know, and then like but at that time in America there was a lot of like this just crazy just violent stuff going on, and it was kind of like, and you know, and then it all topped off with 9/11, I guess. But you know, I think at that point everybody was sort of like high off the 80s, everything was great, and then once the night, you know, tail end of that, everything just started to get a bit darker and weird in America. You know?
That scene is one of my favorite scenes in the movie Wild at Heart. When after that, when they pull over and she's like, Ripley, I need you to play some music now.
Yeah.
And then Nick Cage flips out of the car, and then they're just listening to heavy metal. Like Tabitha, my wife, she'll play that before we do like a Zap Pack set. She actually watches that scene to like get jazzed up to go perform.
That's great.
No, it's great. That's such a good one, and it pans out to like the sunset.
Yeah,
so good.
But yeah, that sunset kiss, you know, is like a beautiful scene.
Yeah,
and like perfectly timed golden hour sunset coming down. You know, it's like it's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, go check these films out if you guys haven't. We both recommend them. They're super fun to watch, and if you're feeling crazy, you can watch them right after each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then third, do a triple feature with Natural Born Killers.
Okay, with Natural Born Killers. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Do that. Thanks for being on, guys. I really appreciate it. Everybody go out and listen to the new Happy Deathman album. It comes out April 30th. So
April 30th.
We will we'll tag your guys's all your accounts in the show notes. And do you guys have letterboxes you want people to follow too?
I don't, but Javi might want to plug his letterbox.
I have a letterbox, and I just rate everything. Or I have the star rating, but every comment is either just good, shit, or
Yeah. No long pretentious reviews.
Yeah, it's I unfocus.
Okay.
All one word.
Sweet. Well, thanks so much, guys. Yeah, thanks for the music that you guys make. Like I said, the album is so good, and I can't wait for people to hear it. And I want to try to come see you guys again at some point.
Hell yeah.
That sounds great.
No, I mean, you know, we'll be back. Hopefully someday we'll come in through Idaho, Salt Lake City. We'll hit the major spots.
Yeah, you can play at our house if you want, in Idaho Falls and Crash here.
That sounds like so much fun.
That'd be fantastic.
All right, cool. Well, see you guys later. Goodbye.
Take it easy, Cole. Thank you.
Alrighty.